Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing today? Right now it is Wednesday morning, July 11th, 2018, and I'm here at home enjoying my day and enjoying the scenery at my house. You see there's the house behind me, my car, and I'll walk around the property a little bit. You can see right behind me is my driveway, and I'll show you part of the road here. I actually took a picture of this and put it on a book cover. This is the country road I'm on here. Right here. Finally got the house with the picket fence out in the country that I've always wanted. It's the other side. Not a main road, but good traffic here. But you'll see the title of this live is my story and how I overcame failures and whatnot. And it was a tough one in the beginning. I mean, what I have now, I definitely did not have 9 years ago. Was not even a dream for me at that time to have what I have now. Right now I'm walking down my driveway and just got home from a meeting with about 65 other business owners. Hey Dave, long time no see, buddy. But right now I'm home, walking down my driveway, and like I said, it wasn't always like this. I struggled for many years, and my journey started in 2008, beginning of 2009, with a divorce. And it wasn't a bad divorce, but you know, I don't know any good divorces. And there's the country road right outside my driveway. I'm out here in the Poconos. Finally bought the house that I've always wanted. There's the neighbor pulling out right there, probably thinking, what is this dude doing? But you know what? They're probably heading off to a job right now, and I'm home. I'll walk up my property here. But the divorce, when I got divorced in the beginning of 2009, right around there is when it started, I ended up having to leave my home, and I had nothing. I mean, now when I say I had nothing, I literally mean I had to I had to buy forks, knives, spoons, napkins, furniture. The only thing I had was my car, which at that time was a 2002 or 2003 Dodge Durango that I owed like 15 grand on, and the clothes on my back. My bank account was drained. I had nothing, and I thought, man, this is the end of the world. This is the end of it for me. There's one of the trees on my property that fell. I actually have a couple that are down from the last storm. But in 2009, I ended up getting an apartment, and I was by myself. My son was 6 at the time, and it was very lonely. It was very, very lonely. Nobody around. A lot of my friends that were married, you know, pretty much stuck to themselves and everything. There's the back of the house right there. I'm walking around the property right now. Hey Dick Exley, how are you doing, sir? And I went through a major depression for about a year and a half. I was working at my job and wasn't producing like I should have. Very just depressed, very depressed. This is the trail right here off the back of my property that goes out to about 500 acres of woods behind me. That's actually where the bears travel, the bears and the deer. But during that year, extremely depressed and just thought life really sucks. It really does suck. And if you look at my Facebook posts going back to that time, you'll see that I posted things like, you know, why does this happen to me? You know, why do bad things happen to me? Why is life always negative towards me? And it took me a couple years after that to realize that it was, hey Sylvie, how are you out in Texas? It took me a couple years to realize that everything that happened to me up until that divorce was a result of my own actions. It was a result of decisions that I made, the prior 10 years, starting back, 1998, 1999. Decisions I started to make at that point, and that led to my divorce in 2009. So when I started to realize that, and one of the things that made me realize that was a documentary that I saw called The Secret. So if you ever have the time to watch The Secret documentary, it's on Netflix. You definitely want to take a look at that. And it's a driveway behind me. So it was about a year after that, sometime mid 2010, is when I met my wife, Monica. Now, you know, I've gone on dates before that, but I really wasn't into anything. I wasn't into dating because I was just depressed. And then I met my wife, Monica, who kind of like brought a spark back. And this was probably 2 years after my divorce, is when she helped me to bring back a spark that I had in me. And when that spark started to come back, kind of like a feeling through my body, it brought things to me that I wanted to do during my marriage that I couldn't do because my ex-wife was against a lot of things I wanted to do, and that was one of the reasons that led to our divorce. But Monica told me to forget all of that negativity and just go out and pursue my dreams. I didn't know what my dreams were at that point. I had no idea what my dreams were. And I just knew that I wanted to create more out of life than what I had before my divorce started. And all of a sudden, you know, I started to see life in a different light. And she helped me to see different things. And the more positive thoughts that I had, you know, surging through my brain, the more positive things started to happen in my life. And that all has come from that documentary called The Secret. Now, whether you believe in that kind of stuff or not, it doesn't matter. For me, I do. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. And you're going to think this is strange. But back in the 80s, I think it was mid 80s, when that movie Dirty Dancing came out. You remember the movie Dirty Dancing? There was the one woman there, the Spanish woman, who was taking, I guess, like dance lessons. And at that time, you know, I was a teenager. I thought she was very attractive. And I remember saying to myself, one day I'm going to marry a Spanish woman. And that thought was in my head for like 20 years because I love the Spanish culture and I always wanted to meet a Spanish woman and whatnot. And now, tomorrow, will be my 4-year anniversary married to my Spanish wife, Monica, who's from Uruguay, South America. So I mean, it's a strange story, but I definitely believe that things manifest. So during that time, the first year or two that Monica and I were together is when I started to open up my mind again and look for things. And, you know, I started a social media company called Social Media on Fire, and I helped businesses to ramp up their social media campaigns for their businesses. I would run their social media. I would literally be the one in the background doing posts for their businesses and everything. And that's when that was taken off for me. I was making on the side like $800 a month, and really enjoying it. And that even lit me up even more. And that's when I started to really learn on how to create a side hustle other than my regular job, what I've had for years, and really start to pour myself into things that I love to do. You know, in 2001, I went to Lehigh Valley College and got a degree in website design and internet technology. Basically, that is things internet related, coding, marketing, you know, the advertising, and just a lot of things business related and internet related. And that's when I also started to see a lot of internet marketing online businesses. Now, there wasn't a ton of stuff back then because the internet was, what, 10 years old, 8 years old at that time. But I started to look at other things, and all of a sudden, a friend of mine, looking for poison, all of a sudden a friend of mine calls me, and he says, "Hey Tom," he says, "I have this business I want you to take a look at. There's a potential to make some nice extra income. It's home-based. Something you can do part-time. Come out and check it out." That was March 22nd, 2012 is when that was. So here I am, 2.5 years after my divorce, just getting back into having a positive mindset again, and just starting to get my life back on track. Well, I went and met with a friend of mine. I saw what was going on. I saw the people. I saw the culture. And I said to myself, I need to be around these people. I need to be around more positive people. And the next day, I ended up getting involved with the business, which is what I'm still a part of today. And I share that business with a lot of people, and I help a lot of people, and I'm thankful for that. I can tell you that the business that I started 6 years ago, 2012, has really, really helped to shape my situation today. I mean, you can see there's the house in the background. Now, it's not a mansion, you know, but it's no means a little tiny place. You know, I'm not a very materialistic person. I like the house. I like the setting. I'm on 2 acres here, and I absolutely love my house. It's a house I've wanted ever since childhood out here in the Poconos. If you don't know, the Poconos is kind of like a resort area. It's where people come from all over the United States to vacation. And usually a lot of these homes are vacation homes. You know, there's not a ton like this that people live in full time, but you know, we bought this one and we live here full time. And I love the area. I love the school district, love everything about it. And now I live in my dream home and just really enjoying life, which is what I have not been able to do for many years. Now, being a part of the home-based business and the culture, what that does is it put me around a lot of other business-minded people. That noise you hear in the background is actually my neighbor, elderly couple, and I think it's the wife or mother, where the bus comes to pick them up every day, maybe for treatments or whatnot. But when I started to get around these other positive people, these other entrepreneurs, I went from having friends that were in the same position I was in, or even worse, to hanging around people that were, a few were at that time already millionaires, and a lot of them very positive people and positive mindsets and business owners. And I thought to myself, how, if you see me keep going like this and looking around, it's because I'm literally in bear country, and every time I hear noises in my woods, I always look just to be safe, because bears go right through my area, right through my yard here. But when I started to hang around those positive people and see what they were doing, and my mindset, my whole way of thinking changed. They say, show me who your 5 closest friends are, and I'll show you who you will become. And my 5 closest friends, actually more than that, but my many closest friends starting at that time were self-made millionaires and people that were extremely successful in whatever their business was. So what do you do when you start hanging around those kind of people and they accept you into their circle? You start to learn things that they've done, things that have gotten them to the position that they're in. So I started to watch them and learn from them and implement the things that they were doing in their life. Anything from, how to spend money, how to save money, how to make money. And that includes how to be a better husband, how to be a better father, how to be a better stepfather to my 13-year-old stepdaughter, Nicole. It's not just business related, but it's home related, family related. If you can figure out how to be a better husband, a better father, a better stepfather, a better stepmother, I can guarantee you that your home life is going to be a lot more successful and a lot more peaceful and a lot more calm and a lot more enjoyable, which I believe is one of the things that leads to a happier home. So what I've done has educated me, the side of the house there, right there. What I've done has educated me on so many levels, rather than just learning how to make money. So I started to learn, once I started making money with my company. Now in 2014, around there, end of 2014 is when I hit the top 1% of that company. It was top 3% at that time, and our new income disclosure just came out just 2 days ago, and I looked at it, and for my position, it put me at the top, actually 1.4% in the company, and there are over 350,000 associates. So if you look at it this way, out of 100 people, I would be the one that had reached that position out of 100 people. So when that happens, your mindset shifts, the way you live your life shifts, the way you focus on things shifts. You learn how to prioritize. In the beginning, I was taught that the television, they call it the income reducer, because you spend your time watching television when you could be spending that same time working on a business. Well, I agree with that statement to a point, and let me tell you why. The reason I agree with that to a point is because yes, the TV can be an income reducer if you're watching just regular television, but television, YouTube has actually helped me to learn how to grow an Amazon business and an eBay business and my Create Space business and my merch business. I have learned so much from YouTube. Actually, Steve Rakin, I see you on my live. You are one of the people that has taught me a boatload of stuff over the last, I'm going to say 2 years. I saw a video of yours probably about 2 years ago on starting out with Amazon with books. And that's how I got started with books. So if you're still on here, Steve, I want to thank you for your teachings and your videos. And I see the heart, thank you. And at that time is when I also learned that I had to differentiate myself from everybody else. I had to do something that made me stand out differently. Okay, Tom, I'll see you tomorrow night. I had to do something that made me stand out differently. So you can see on my shirt here where it says Residual Hustler, Dream, Struggle, Victory. I started calling myself the Residual Hustler. And the reason I started calling myself the Residual Hustler is because I continuously hustle every day to grow my businesses, to be a better father, to be a better husband, be a better stepdad. Appreciate your kind words. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate your help and helping me grow my business as well from the Poconos in Pennsylvania. But all of that has changed. I mean, and all of that I've learned from people like Steve and others and whatnot has helped me to learn how to set myself apart from others. You know, a lot of people can do these things like what I do, but you want to do something that's going to set you apart. Hey, Jeff, I see you. And when I started to create a brand for myself, Residual Hustler, my website, residualhustler.com, when I started to create a brand for myself, I started to attract people to me that started to notice my brand and started to get curious as to what I do. Now, I'll be honest with you, my journey started in 2012 when I started a network marketing business. And being around the people in that business, which I'm still around today, 6 years later, being around those people and their mindsets, and a lot of them, some of them that were not millionaires there, which are millionaires now, and I kind of grow with them, and I see what they're doing. That is what has changed my mind and my mindset to where I'm at today. If you would have told me, let's see, if you would have told me 9 years ago that I would be literally in my dream home where I live and working 3 days a week still in the family business, not full time. I went down to part-time 3 days, or last year I went down to 3 days a week working at my family's business. So I'm now semi-retired from the family business. I was 45. You know, I would have thought you were crazy to tell me all this kind of stuff. But this is where it goes. This is where your life can go if you're willing to just put in some work and get started and do something. You don't have to do what I do, okay? Just do something. Find your passion. Find something. I mean, if you want to get involved with what I do and take advantage of my coaching and my mentoring and everything, you know, I'm here for you. You can always private message me. I'm not going to get into what it is and all that stuff here on a Facebook Live. You can reach out to me if you have interest. But being able to be at a point where I needed help from others and they were helping me, and then I am now in a position where I can do this for other people, is what gives me a lot of satisfaction in life. In the very beginning, in the first year or two, I was chasing the money with what I was doing, and I was having success, but not a ton of success. And when I realized that I needed to stop chasing the money and start chasing helping people. Um, that led to the money. When I stopped worrying about how much in bonuses can I get the next Friday, and I started to worry about how can I help this person pay their car bill the next month or pay their mortgage the next month. When I started to worry about things like that and worry about that person first, is when I started to have more success come into my life. So when you go on my website, residualhustler.com, you'll see what I have there next to the video. It says, in a nutshell, what I do is I help others achieve success first, and my success comes from their success. That's it in a nutshell. I don't want to keep this video going too long, guys. It's probably too long as it is. I don't have a timer on the screen here. But I just wanted to tell my story, let people know where I've come from, my failures, and the reason I wanted to do this is because there are a lot of people that I know personally that are in my position and they see no hope. But if they keep pressing on, if they make decisions to change things in their life, get around the positive people, things will definitely be different. They will change. And the only person that has the knowledge and the capacity to make that happen is you yourself. Where's my camera? You. You yourself. You are the only one that can make that happen. If you want a better life for yourself, you can get it. But you have to want it. You have to want it. And I was in such a bad state that I wanted it so bad. And when I met my wife Monica, and today, September will be 8 years that we're together. Tomorrow will be 4 years that we're married. She has always encouraged me to go after what I want. And there's things that I do that make her nervous as hell. But you know what? Nervous is good. Nervous is good because nervousness can help you achieve growth. I like that. That could be my next merch shirt. I like that. Okay. But that's it for now, guys. I just wanted to go on here and I wanted to give a little bit about myself. Like I said, right now it's the day I'm recording this. It's a Wednesday morning. It's probably around 10:30 or so in the morning. Most people are at work. I'm at home, enjoying the day and just enjoying life. And you can too. You just have to want it. If you need help with any of that, let me know. Visit my website, Residual Hustler. You'll see many ways on how I help people. And if you are in need of any of that help, let me know. Reach out to me. You can always message me through the website, or you can always call me. Information is there. You can Facebook message me if we're Facebook friends and whatnot. But just go after life. Go with what you want and take the risks. Take the risks. Enjoy life. All right, guys. Have a good day.